Anti-Black racism is deeply rooted in the histories of both Canadian and American culture. Yet, the conditions surrounding anti-Black racism is slightly different above and below the border. Today we'll be unpacking the specific factors that contribute to a culture of anti-Black racism in both Canada and the United States, and what steps we need to take in response.
When we think of anti-Black racism, both in the Canadian context and the U.S. context, how do they differ, and how do they perhaps compare? And is there a challenge in trying to make that distinction? Is it even worth trying to make that distinction?
I would say that in Canadian culture, we like to act like anti-Black racism isn't really a thing, as if it's not embedded in our own systems. The thing that I find in the United States, I think the anti-Black racism is a lot more overt, whether it's with the Confederate flag. I know in the South, there's a lot of the actions by the KKK and stuff like that. But I think it's almost like we as Canadians, we want to act as if we are the nicer country and as if it doesn't exist, but it exists everywhere. Whether it's Canada, the United States, or all over the world, it may come in different forms, but at the end of the day, systemic racism is built into all systems for the most part.
Great. Anthony, you want to weigh in on that sort of difference or how it's uniquely experienced here in Canada? I know you've spent a lot of time thinking about it in the Canadian context.
Yeah, so I do think there are a lot of similarities and differences, as other folks of the panel have already spoken to. I think scale is one thing, level of overtness is also a factor. I've also said that anti-Blackness is borderless in the sense that regardless of the side of the 49th parallel you're on or the side of the Atlantic Ocean you're on, there are particular stereotypes about Black people being violent or hypersexed or unintelligent, and you name it. There are a number of particularly negative, nefarious things that are said about Black people that manifest across the world. And this is partially, in my argument, or what I would say is a big part of this is because of anti-Black racism finding its roots in a global system of anti-Black oppression, primarily the transatlantic slave trade. And so because this was a global phenomenon that led to the development of the modern world, the transatlantic slave trade, the extraction of unfree labor, so enslaved Africans contributing to the labor or contributing to the development of the Western world, led to global systems of thinking about who Black people are, how they are, and also regulating them to the place of not being people. And so fast forward to present, anti-Blackness has these very similar manifestations across the world because it's connected to this global system where we find the roots of anti-Black racism.